Oh, when I think about this retreat, my heart is filled with joy. My name is Chioma Agwebo, and I'm the Executive Director at TechHer. TechHer is a community that ensures women can access, understand, and utilize technology safely and meaningfully. We wanted to bring women together to just be. There's something about women being able to be, not to exist as wives, girlfriends, mothers, community builders, everything that society expects of us, but just to come together, have a laugh, have a drink, make a friend, be silly, be full of joy.
If you need time to just step back and recoup, it's not because you are weak, it's because you are a strong woman that needs time to just build up and go back into this constant fighting that we're always doing, right? So it's rest as resistance.
Whatever it is your feminist journey is on, there are people here like you who share value, who share that desire that women can and women should and women will.
Au sud du Senegal. Je suis féministe.
I am feminist because, honestly, why not?
Feminist because I'm unstoppable.
I believe in the rights of indigenous women from extractive communities, the right to potable drinking water, the right to clean air, and the right to body autonomy.
I'm an only child and I've usually felt alone, but today I feel like part of the community. Thank you.
If you look in the book, you'll see examples of essential oils and the benefits they can possess to your body. We have different essential oils on our tables, and these essential oils are basically divided into top notes. We call them top notes, middle notes, and base notes.
Take 1 minute to acknowledge ourselves. So if everyone could just stare at me for 1 minute.
I find pockets of peace and quiet when surrounded by noise and chaos. What assumption about another generation am I willing to release? I don't hold a particular assumption, but I am open to see life through the eyes of my fellow feminists.
It's all about the bright color. We like the bright color. So this is a style of painting called pointillism or dottism. Wow. If you take a look there, that lady with the calabash, there's another pointillism there. Dots.
Okay.
The idea for Rooted and Woven was to acknowledge the strength of feminists in West Africa, specifically Ghana and Senegal, to acknowledge their work, acknowledge their passion, acknowledge their commitment, but also pay honor to the struggles that we face on a daily basis. We wanted a community of strength, a community of solidarity, a community that allowed women to build. More importantly, we wanted women to rest. And so Rooted and Woven literally means coming back home to dig deep into our roots, to weave, bands of connection, bands of love, bands of solidarity, bands of movement building, and to leave as rested, as resilient, and as hopeful for the future as we can.
I want to say this is an experience I will not forget at all. Because for more than 40 years I've been in this space. I've never been so interactive. That made me to look at myself to say that, so you can relax. So I'm happy to be here. And then again, the fact that we are talking to each other, looking at the future together, looking at how we can take ourselves beyond our realities, is what is making me to be happy. So I want to say, take care, thank you. Ford Foundation.
The first thing that gives me who I am is Ubuntu. I am because we are because I am. You have 4 things as feminists to really authenticate yourself, move from this to that. Let's think of your inferiority first. If now 100% man and little, should we receive the same pay? No. This is why today, if you look, even when I was Assistant Secretary General, it took me 5 years to find out that my male counterpart was ending up at least 12% on it.
So on male allyship, I know that's one thing we've been pushing and preaching in Nigeria. But then again, maybe we need some strategies.
I told you people, culture journey. Now listen, culture drives governance. Governance drives economics. Economics drives security. Security drives peace. No, until it comes out in the book.
So I'll just say that I heard the overview of what was done yesterday, and she mentioned that what stood out for her yesterday was the aromatherapy session. And for me, it's about understanding that self-care is not selfish, and it's very important as feminists that we prioritize our self-care. So I'm going to go into my session for today. I titled the session Feminist, Earth, and the Future That We Want.
Ecofeminism is a belief that the oppression of women and the destruction of the environment come from the same system. Women are not victims. Women are disproportionately impacted, but they are not powerless. And that is the point that we're trying to drive home today, from victim mentality to architect mentality.
Thank you. Beautiful. A round of applause. Thank you.
When was the first time you heard the word climate change?
Climate change was from my foreign policy lecturer, and the argument was that he didn't believe climate change was real, and for him it was political.
To the most important people in the room, yourselves, I'd like you to please give yourselves a round of applause. It's not easy to take a week. And I know it didn't cost you anything financially, but it's cost you time. And time is one of the most invaluable resources. You have participated, you have given of yourself. Some of us have been vulnerable. Some of us have made new friends. Some of us are exploring collaboration. Please put your hands together for yourselves. Thank you.
Sometimes it's not easy to actually pluck us out to be in this space, but I'm happy. I've met amazing people, amazing young ones with vibrancy, and I want to say, take it higher.
For us in the Niger Delta, women have been affected by the gross impact of oil extraction. And the prices they are paying for the fossil industry is far more than the price you pay at the filling station, right? And so, by feminism is about fighting for the rights of those kind of women to be able to have access to potable drinking water, access to environmental rights, access to the food that they plant.
My feminism is about giving a voice, not just giving a voice, amplifying that voice to effect the change. So I have a daughter
who is my last child. She's 21 years. So I don't do gender roles. I started teaching my boys early to cook. So there's nothing like, this is my activism now. There's nothing like, oh, go to the kitchen and cook. I'm not grooming her to practice womanhood in her husband's house. I'm grooming her to understand herself, self-awareness, self-identity, because she doesn't need a man to validate her. So she needs to be herself. She needs to have a voice. She needs to be grounded.
I'm going to talk to us about the journey to the West Africa Young Feminist Fund, which is now a framework as opposed to a fund. We go back to 2021 and Ford Foundation setting out to understand young feminist organizing in West Africa. They wanted to understand what our challenges were, what our hang-ups were, what our wins were. They basically wanted to understand, when young feminists say they're organizing, what does that mean?
So I'd love to hear you speak to that whole arc. You know, the reading, the learning, the mistakes, the discipline, the preparation, the tools for survival. How do all of these shape our daily feminist practice, and what do they mean for younger feminists navigating the world today?
I'm so glad you're in the room, Aida, and I'm the one online, because even hearing you say all that, you know, helps me reaffirm and helps me reinterrogate some of the things I had come to take for granted or forgotten. And I think this is where we need to find ourselves, to know that we never stop evolving, we never stop growing. The only thing we know is our moment of being, you know, at that point of consciousness when we recognize who we are. So there's got to be support structure, that is one. Second, we have to know how to call people in and not call them out. Because sometimes the way we say it makes a difference.
You guys need to know this lady. She is a true feminist. You feel the vibes, you understand the process, you know what others are going through, and you are there to support. So, Amina, thank you very much. It's been a long time, more than 20 years.
Thank you, Farida. Thank you, Dr. Amina. A quick anecdote that I met Dr. Amina when I was like 24 or 25, and I just started at Ford. And I went for a conference that my program officer was supposed to go for, but he dropped out of. And I remember being so stressed out because I was like, what am I going to say at this? And when I met Dr. Amina, she just gave me the loveliest smile and warmest hug. So I'm just echoing what Auntie Bosse said, that everyone needs a dose of Dr. Amina.
And it's not just what you've done for me or for Tekka, but it's what I've seen you do for other feminists. Even when we stray, even when we don't do what we're supposed to do, it's the grace that you show us that allows us to give grace to other people. For those of us who work within civil society, money is for projects, is to go into the community, is to change lives, is to do those types of things. But we said we want people to chill. And I remember when we first presented the budget, they were like, so what is the outcome? I say it's rest. So what is the deliverable? Rest. So what are you going to show us afterwards? Rest. And somehow they said yes. So please, can we give a round of applause to Ford Foundation?
I've really enjoyed the retreat so far. And something that stood out to me particularly is the need to record the stories of older feminists who have paved the way for us today. And on the part of young people, you need to be open to listening to older feminists and the journeys that they've had, the journeys that they've been through, and just the need to collaborate.
Came here on Tuesday, and everything has been geared towards getting me to rest, geared towards getting me to rejuvenate myself, and it's been a wholesome experience.
This retreat has been a very big breather for me because it's a lot of rest. We heard that rest is resistance here. And I got a favorite quote, Ubuntu, I am because you are. And just some few days ago, we also heard weism. That's a new word. It means in this journey as feminists, we need everyone as allies. We cannot do this on our own.
We intended for this retreat to spark joy. And, you know, listening to people talk about their experience at this retreat, I think we kind of achieved that. Everything from the makeup and photo session, to the visits, you know, to the art galleries, to the plant session, to the aromatherapy, to the paint session. I really think we did a good job. I really think that the feminists who came from Ghana, Senegal, and Nigeria had a great time. And I can only hope that they have been reinvigorated. I hope that they have been rested. I hope they feel rooted and ready to go back into the big bad world to continue the fabulous, urgent work that they're doing.